isn't just me being like, wow, I think we should have more viewers. I really think these games deserve more viewers. I think it's very simply a case of people not knowing that these games are happening because this is a very new event, and it's a very stacked event for something that's just sort of shown up out of nowhere in the last couple of weeks. So, with that said, do go kind of spread the word. Tell your friends, be like, yo, did you hear about these sick games, or do you see these sick matches that are coming up? Oh, I don't know who you're going to tell, but tell someone. Let's get everyone watching this, because these are really some fantastic matchups, especially now as we hit the semi-finals. The top left-hand side, the green Terran player, this is going to be Cure. And we have got to the bottom right, the red Protoss player, Zest. So Tenchi, thanks for the host, and welcome everyone from Tenchi's stream. Looks like Tenchi has to wrap things up for the day, so hello everyone from Tenchi's stream. We're casting the exact same tournament Tenchi was, and we're jumping into the semi-finals now, so welcome, and hope you enjoy the rest of the games with us here. As we kick this off and see again what will be happening over the next few moments as we get this underway. An SCV going to start coming out across towards the bottom right-hand side of the map. We'll see what's going on, looking to see what's happening. Just going to be seeing the setup here from both. It's looking relatively standard to begin with. I mean, we see a Robo coming down from Zest. So that's a bit of a different tech choice to what we've been seeing so far today. We've been seeing a lot of kind of Twilight Council, very fast blink play, etc. But this time going to be the Robo facility versus a proxied starport from Cure. The way this is built, it does just look as though it'll be a medevac to try and lift up these Hellions and drop them into the main ASAP. Just the extra few seconds can go a long way to be, to get the Protoss, caught off guard, being underprepared for this attack. So, a few Hellions for now, and as he gets to 4, he should be rallying them down to this side where they'll meet up with a medevac and get lifted. Or they can just wait over here, of course, same sort of effects, as long as it doesn't stop the medevac from moving. The idea is the medevac just gets there ASAP, and probably going to be seeing a Liberator also coming up as well, so. Just going to be seeing the medevac coming through, and we are going to be seeing another couple of gates from Zest currently on the way up. So, I mean, so far it's a very good defensive setup from Zest with the Observer, the potential to build an Immortal. The thing is, though, it doesn't really matter what sort of tech you have early on here as a Protoss player. The Hellion drop is something you just really need to be in position for, or it's going to do damage. So, Robo actually might not even be as good of a setup as, say, a Stargate or something defensively against this. But the most important thing is that just straight up, Zest doesn't really know about it, or does he? Because now he's talking a Depth come into position, starting to get some damage done. I mean, the first Hellion taking some shots. 2 probes go down so far. That's now up to 3. Turns around for 4. He's not getting much splash here. Every single shot only got like 1 single worker. So honestly, 5 probes actually in the end. It's not brilliant, and that includes now 6 with this little bit of damage done on the natural. He does now move the starport over, so you can actually start up the tech lab and the cloak. So he's going to go into a Cloak Banshee. So he goes into towards a Banshee. Now with the fast Robo, he's actually got a Prism out. And he is looking to get aggressive here, Zest. Warping in the middle of the map. The Hellions are moving back towards the bottom side though. And so right now, what does Zest have to defend? That absolutely nothing. Okay, a couple of Stalkers in the depth still over here. And he's going to have to use those effectively to be able to shut down those Hellions quickly. And he will get one of them very quickly indeed. The second one will go down, and just needs to get that space out. The extra damage is actually kind of insane here. Anyways, War Prism's going to come up and drop in towards the main, where there actually isn't vision for Cure on the edge here. So Cure missing the information of what exactly is going on. Sees it now, sees these units, as the War Prism goes back to get the 2 more Stalkers. Straight up kills that initial reactor that was building here on the factory. Now some of these SCVs in trouble as well. Marines will come in from the low ground. A siege tank too. Definitely enough units here to fight this for Cure, but man, he's going to be taking a lot of damage in the meantime because those Stalkers can kite for days. The War Prism will add some extra micro as well, potentially. And now these Stalkers actually going to be protected by a couple of cells. An extra warp into Stalkers. That might turn things around here, honestly, if he continues to target down the Marines. That tank is very unprotected now. These SCVs are going to be hugely important. He will get the siege tank kill. At the same time, I mean, the Banshee was trying to get in across the map, but unfortunately, it was not able to really do that much, very simply because of the fact that, as we see, what's in here, 2 damaged Stalkers. Simply because of the fact that there has been an observer out. The early robo means the Pro Banshees have not been able to find a lot of damage here early on. And there's going to be seeing a few more Stalkers warping into this side, and now we're going to be seeing this group of Stalkers pushing in to the natural expansion. Here just doesn't seem to have a way to deal with these Stalkers at the moment. And Zest, we've been following him all day long. He seems to be on fire right now. He seems to have an answer to everything a Terran player throws his way. Well, everything a Terran player, or anything he throws at a Terran player seems to go very well too. That's misplaced. There's no way that's correct, is it? No, I just couldn't believe that for a second. Marine's going to continue to be picked away at here. Now the Cyclone's coming in play, but the Cyclones can't be everywhere. Once he drops back in towards the main, that's even more SCVs going down, even more lost mining time. Pure once again takes extra damage here. And as the Stalkers just kite away, we'll get another couple of SCVs that they can target down in the last few seconds. And this is one more Stalker, but the damage dealt is just so much here by Zest. Absolutely crazy amount of damage done. And now going into Resonating Glaives to follow up. So he's already got... Actually, he doesn't even have Blink, right? This is just straight up Robo to begin with, not the earlier Twilight Cancel. So if the Robo facility opening, he doesn't have Blink, he'll go into Glaives, and that means that he'll go for a very aggressive follow-up attack in the near future. As we do have the Resonating Glaives is still just on its way up. Just coming through, not getting shut down. Did he actually invest into Cloak? Looks like he cancelled it when he saw it was a Robo opening, so actually that's kind of smart. I mentioned that the Banshee wasn't able to do much. Obviously the lack of Cloak means it would be able to do even less. But again, the so being an observer, being in position, that detection possibility kind of crazy, as we do see Zest coming back in over the left hand side, and we'll be able to come through and, well, slow down this third base just at the moment. Guys, I'm not biased to cast Terran players. Laser versus Stats literally hasn't started yet. It starts after this semi-final. So when you stop talking nonsense in the chat that I'm only cast Terran players. Laser versus Stats will happen after this series. That's both semi-finals. You're going to be seeing Zest here is continuing to set up on the left side. Some units coming through the center, a few Adepts, some Stalkers, a couple of Sentries, and an Immortal. All of this coming in towards the middle right here, as we see a lot more Adepts getting warped in at the moment. You see one Marine picked off, cancel on the third base. He knows he can't hold it. Pure, the damage he's taken early is about to come and really kind of be shown here. Zest will just wait a moment. He wants to be able, when he attacks, to shade right on top of these units. That's going to create the best possible engagement for him. And that's what he's going to be looking for here. And I'm pretty sure he commits right now. The Stalker's come forward as the force field to get rid of the repair on the bunker. The bunker goes down. The Adepts tank absolutely everything while dealing masses of damage with that Resonating Glaives. A Blink upgrade coming through from Zest as well in case he needs it. He's already on in a 1-1 upgrade lead against just +1. And well, just going to see these Adepts continue to pick away through SCVs and everything. Everything just keeps on dropping as Orbital Supply Depot goes down. Orbital Command goes down to natural, and Zest takes game number 1 of the semi-finals. Let's kick off in game 2. To the top right-hand side, the green Terran player. This is from Jinair. Cure. And to the bottom left, our red Protoss player is Zest. Alrighty. Now we're talking about pizza in the chat. Wow. Chat's been fun today, I gotta say that. Good to see you guys chatting away all day long. Lots of discussion about the games and all the rest of it. Always fun to see. Now the game, just waiting to see if the players are going to be expanding. Obviously, game number 1 was a little bit different with that proxied stop one. We'll see if Kier's going to try something a little bit cheeky again. He has shown us a range of openings when we're kind of watching him against Deer in the form of, proxy barracks. Obviously, that's not this very aggressive, kind of very early bio push, so maybe that's something we could see here still. A few different possibilities as we get this set up. Scorpic Acid, my man Vitamin, how's it going? The 35-month resub, almost 3 years on the clock. Thank you so much. Are these even still exciting? Yes! 35 is an incredible number. It's such a great number. It's divisible by 5. It's divisible by 7. It's probably something else. I don't know, but it's an amazing number. And one more is 3 years. That's super exciting. Thank you so much for the 35 months. Appreciate it. Well, we are going to be seeing an SCV here from Kia moving forwards, and just has been seeing what's going on. Just saw the Nexus, which is kind of the early information you want, right? You know, you see the Nexus, that kind of confirms, okay, you got an expansion, cool. That's good. You know, that's good information for me to have. Now the Reaper can come across the map without having to be too scary, as we are going to be seeing the Adept just shading forwards with the Reaper back and away. Now the Twilight Council coming up from Zest in the main base. Wardy, who's your favorite player? I don't really have a favorite player. You know, like, I really have a lot of different players who I like to see do well. I've had this discussion before, but I've definitely answered it with the same sort of way. Like, I would be very hard pressed to pick a straight up favorite player, because I just enjoy watching so many different players. So I wouldn't say one player gets me so much more excited than the others. And because I'm, you know, good friends with a lot of players, my favorite player is oftentimes just who am I really good friends with, you know? For example, I'd say Ufilm is probably my best StarCraft friend. So I always cheer on Ufilm probably over all, you know, anyone else. So does that make him my favorite player? I guess so. What's my favorite pizza? I don't know. Honestly, I don't really have a favorite pizza either. Maybe I'm just not a person of favorites. I like all kinds of pizza. Maybe I'm just not a kind of person who has favorites, you know? Maybe I'm just the kind of person that just likes things in general. Anyways, guys, let's see what happens. We see the Widow Mine drop coming across the map. Obviously, Cure trying to apply some early pressure against the Blinko. Zest has to be so careful with this medevac, because if the Stalkers get underneath it, it's going to be disappearing very, very quickly. I think there should be a caster public service announcement for synonyms of cheeky. We actually did this. So dainty or what is it? What was it? It was like, oh, that's what was it? Cheeky. No, we didn't do it for cheeky. We did it for cute, because apparently someone brought up the other day that I say the word cute a lot when I describe things. So I was like, I looked up things kind of you know, say instead of cute, and it's things like quaint, or that's dainty little play right there. Or that's just a delightful little play. Oh, that's a charmful little Widow Mine positioning, which gets 2 probes. It's great. Now I say cute a little bit less, but I say things that make me sound absolutely ridiculous. It's like, oh, what a delightful blink. Just save that one Stalker, you know? It's fun. It's fun. Alright. We are going to be seeing the Stalkers coming up towards the other right-hand side, and we are going to be seeing a little bit of pressure coming down. I don't agree, by the way, with the fact that a run-by can't be cheeky. A cheeky little run-by, you know, it sneaks in behind your opponent's back. That's like the definition of being cheeky. You know? I think your run-by can be cheeky. I think cheeky is a great word for describing a lot of things in StarCraft. Anyways, in reality, though, this game is getting interesting. As the react on the starport goes down, costs him a stalk a bit, slows down medevac production massively. One Stalker for a reactor, I'd take that trade any day of the week, because it takes so long to rebuild a reactor. And it is 50 minerals and 50 gas. Yes, that's not quite the cost of a Stalker by quite a margin, but I think the build time and slowing down medevac production is 100% worthwhile there. So straight up, he just lifts the starport onto the reactor of the factory, which means the factory now doesn't have the factory now dropping the reactor down, means that he doesn't have Widow Mine production for a little while longer. So if he was going to go for a push with Widow Mines involved, it's going to be delayed a little bit as well. Well, he's afraid to piss off all the deep dish lovers. No, I just really don't like. There's not like one pizza which I get. I'm like, God, this is my go-to pizza. It really depends on the day, you know. You can see the Stalkers coming in, just doing what Stalkers do best with Blink, which is controlling the front of the Terran base. You know, they come in, they pick up a Marauder, they pick up a Marine. By the time the Terran play gets across the map, it takes so much more damage, as we are going to be seeing the. We're just going to be seeing the Zealots and the Sentry and the Immortal coming up on the left side. When casters say something's cheeky and they aren't talking about BM or Thrash Talk, they're literally using the word wrong. They're not though! That's the thing, cheeky has another meaning. Anyways, big fight actually coming through. Blink on the Stalkers, gets a medevac, and Marauder going down as well. Kira's just going to stem all the way away. Actually, Zest might just continue with this momentum. Chase down this army, see what else he can get here. Continue to push along, Blink forwards, another Marauder, more Marines. Is Kira going to have enough to defend this third base, which he's building in location? Kind of rough if he doesn't, because it's not like he can just lift up and leave. Lack of a prism here from Zest might hurt him a little bit. If you had a prism, the Warpins might be able to do enough. There is a Widowmine drop waiting to be used. You see a few more Zealots coming in to reinforce the Stalkers. Will take the lead to get rid of an Observer. Sorry, a Widowmine. The Observer is here, which allowed him to have the vision for that Widowmine. You can see that obviously Zest is very aware of this Widowmine drop at the moment. And again, a few more Stalkers coming in and trying to see what they can do. And just going to be grabbing themselves a another Marauder or so. Cheeky, showing lack of respect. Okay, but it's not that definition of cheeky. It's like cheeky has become a new word. Like it's like British slang, which is where it came from, because Kelaris used it a lot, right? It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like if you do something in a cheeky way, it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, oh, we'll have a cheeky, like literally this is such a meme, but it's like, let's have a cheeky Nando's. And it's literally a thing we use in British culture to describe the idea of like doing something that's like, oh, you know what, let's just go and do it, you know, we have the opportunity, let's just go for it, you know. I think it's a thing that's definitely developed in casting, but it's genuinely a thing that's developed in like British culture as a word that when, you know, casters use the word cheeky, I can genuinely understand what they, you know, what they mean. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, this is an argument that can go on for days, and it's very opinion based, and obviously there's a correct answer, which may very well be that the word cheeky is in proper English being used wrong, but I think in modern culture it can be used in the way it is, especially in StarCraft casting. I think you can use it in a way which is like, you know, when someone does a cheeky run by, it's like, that's a little bit sly, you know, it's a little bit sly, he's just snuck on in there, it's a little bit cheeky of it. Like, I don't know how to describe it, honestly. But it's definitely something which, even though I can't describe, I can't, like, explain, I guess. Audacious? Yeah, I guess so. Anyways. We're going to be seeing the scan coming down, the Stalkers still controlling the map. You know, there's going to be seeing the SCV just getting grabbed there. Nice little usage of the Stalkers. I have to say, Zest Stalkers kind of really been doing quite a good job so far. So, yeah, just going to be seeing the Stalkers continue to control the map right here. We've probably talked a little bit too much about words and stuff that doesn't really matter at the end of the day versus the idea of what's actually happening in this game. Stalkers continue to move forwards, and Marine gets taken down. Towards here, Stalkers just again getting shut down pretty quickly. And we are going to be seeing the Liberators sieging up and moving away to the side. It's a lot of Liberators, and that's why I think Zest is right now going in towards this Stargate. The idea of just going in towards a Fleet Beacon, probably in Tempest, will be a massive part of being able to turn away these Liberators a lot more easily. We're seeing the just continue to gather up here. We are going to be seeing the Stalkers Continue to come across the map right now. You can see what else is going to happen. Still just the Stalkers. I mean, that's pretty much all Zest has had on the map here for a while. But they're doing a lot. We're going to see the Liberators sieging up. That live range obviously becomes a big difference here as well. And we are just going to be seeing the PvT coming through. I don't think Zest is overly eager to take a fight. He's in this sort of position where, as these Liberators siege up, by the way, these Liberation Zones, the new ones, I don't know if I like them, honestly. Anyways, we are going to be seeing the Stalkers continue to push in, and we're just going to see Widowmine going down. Zest is going to run into the right-hand side, but I think he has to be careful, because I think as soon as the Lib siege up, there's no way he wants to be here and continue to take this fight. And you can see he just backs away. He knows for a fact that his game is going to go fantastically for him if he can just set up in towards Tempest here. And that's why he's, sort of taking these fights and forcing Libs to unsiege and resiege, but never committing in anything beyond that, so... He's going to see another few Stalkers walking in. And we're going to see a Liberator getting taken down, so... Again, this is the kind of the benefit of being, on the forefront of the map here with the Stalkers, able to kind of grab yourself that Liberator just there. Obviously, he's got his whole army here right now, and again, he attacks around the side. He dodges away from the Liberators. Sensor Tower will reveal this attack coming through, and already the Liberators have kind of moved back around here rather than maybe... what else could they have done? They could have just continued to push across the map, right? In which case, Zest is like, oh god, give me some more time. I want to get my Tempests out. We've got a few. It's going to take 6 Tempests and 1 shot a Liberator. So he's getting there. Once he's there, it's going to be so much easier for him. And Bio continue to push on forwards here for Cure, and we are going to be seeing Liberators coming in on top of this army. Oh, this is getting a little bit awkward actually as he blinks away. Wow, Zest really playing with fire here, but he backed away at pretty much the perfect moment. Right, he takes a bit of a fight, he starts to take some serious damage, but he gets out of there before he loses Colossus or Immortals. I think they only lost a couple of Zards, so again, a good little trade. Resources lost kind of shows you the efficiency Zest has found in this game. There's a couple of Marines over here getting shut down. 7.8k versus 4.8k resource loss. Zest has traded so efficiently in these engagements with the Stalkers picking off units here and there. And that sort of stuff as we are going to be seeing Cure coming around the left-hand side. And just the fact that he has the Tempest up though, he's bought so much time for the Tempest to come out to play. Now the Tempest start to work their way through the Liberators, and there's no answer to the Tempest, There isn't, what do you need here? You need some Vikings to fight the Tempest or something. Well, he's actually setting in a couple of Liberation Zones while he takes this fight initially, but as the Liberators on siege, obviously Cure now is just going to get chased down, and now Zest gets into an aggressive position with Tempest as well. And if you get put into an aggressive position with Tempest, well then the defensive Liberators go down, then the defense is really broken, and then the Colossi are just going to push on through because there's nothing to deal with Colossi. There's no Vikings really. I mean, there's 2, 3, 4. It's not really enough to make much of a difference, right? As those Tempests coming through and those Liberators are just dropping one at a time. A couple of Vikings come forward, I mean, so what? Like, this doesn't matter. Cure knows this is GG. Taps out on Korean. Cure takes game 2 of the series. Zest takes game 2 of the series.